Jan Ozer here, winding down at Mile High. I'm with Mickaël Raulet from Ateme, and he's one of the sponsors of the show. Thank you for joining me, Mickaël.
Yeah, thank you.
What were you showing at the show? What technologies, what products?
So the technology that we were really demonstrating at the show is what we call OTT Contribution. So it's a new way to replace satellite. So we use fragmented MP4 from the very beginning from the camera, from the studio to the delivery. So not only for the B2C, but also for the B2B. So people that will take a content from one channel vendor and redistribute that with other vendor. So that's what we are getting there.
Is that a new product for you?
That's a new solution for us. So instead of using MPEG-2 TS to deliver the signal, we use fragmented MP4. And that's what we are delivering. So the encoder will deliver fragmented MP4 in low latency, and we will have an IRD later on, a decoder that will decode that, and then the affiliate will take this signal and redistribute that to the consumer. So that's one of the main new contributions that we are doing. Otherwise, we got another paper on AI, so AI encoding, so to demonstrate what we can get out of AI later on. So today, traditional codecs are hybrid codec, but they are moving, or at least the industry is looking at what is next. And at Ateme, we are also looking at what is next, because we don't know if the traditional market will continue with hybrid codec or will move to something else. So that's why we are looking at what we can get out of the AI. So it's fully AI-based video compression. We don't want the decoder to be complex, so that's where we are putting the focus at Ateme. So we still want to have the decoder that is simple in the end.
So looking at the satellite issue, I mean, the satellites are expensive, but they're very safe. They're obviously reliable. How have you been able to convince people that your solution is going to be as reliable as that and much less affordable?
So yes, one of the topics that we were doing with this OTT contribution is also to protect the content. So we use DRM for that. We do rotating key, so we rotate very often the key so that if we have an IRD, a decoder that is leaking, then we can remove this IRD from the ecosystem. And then the content provider can remove this IRD, and the affiliate will not be able to decode it because it has been rejected. So we can reject one decoder with this technology. So we are still focusing on that.
What are the bandwidth requirements? I mean, what type of connection do I need, and how stable? You know, I guess the internet's gotten a whole lot better than it was even 5 years ago, but you're replacing satellite, which is huge.
Yeah, so the main focus here is more the flexibility that we are getting, because we have a lot of fast channels that are also there. So the idea is to combine some files that are already produced with some live that we will get. So we change the manifest, and we are getting much more flexibility on how we produce the content, how we play out the content to the affiliates. So that's where we are getting the most of the flexibility there.
What are you thinking about H.267? I know it's on a path to be finalized in 2028, which means implemented in the 30s. What's your sense of it really seems like it's continuing on along the same path as 264, HEVC, VVC. Is that the viable path at this point? It really should be, or should it be focusing more on an AI-based path?
So on my side, I'm thinking more than fully AI-based codec is the next future. So the fact that we are still putting the focus on complexifying the encoder, to me, is not the way we should continue to do that. So and the way that we are producing new content with AI today, fully AI-based, is starting to be the new trend. How it will be delivered later on, that might be also something that is new. Today we still have a fragmented MP4, but I really believe in the way that there is a new way behind the scene on the use of the codec itself. So HEVC, VVC, we see VVC in one market today, or two markets, in China and mainly in Brazil. For H.267, if it is even more complex than VVC, it will start to be very, very complex for everyone to implement it and to get the reduction, the bit rate reduction that we want to have.
So what are you seeing with VVC? How much? I know you have a VVC encoder. Is it live, or I think you're live as well, right?
We are live.
So what is what's the uptake on that? What are you seeing?
So in Brazil, for us, it's a big uptake for what we call TV 3.0. It has a new name. It's called DTV Plus today. So this is where we are getting the uptake today. The other one is in China, but in China today they are mostly using in-house codec, so it's hard to get penetration in China. But they are also pushing a lot to use VVC in China. And so for us, it's mainly Brazil that we are concentrating on.
Okay, is your satellite solution codec-agnostic, or is that using?
Yeah, it's fully agnostic from the codec.
So go ahead.
So AV1 could work, VVC could work later on. So we are fully agnostic from any codec today.
So looking at, your customers are producing 100% of streams. How would you break that down between the codecs? I mean, what percentage is still 264, HEVC, AV1, VVC? Can you even estimate at this point?
Estimating is hard. What we are seeing is that people are moving from H.264 today to HEVC a lot, and we are also seeing a big ramp up on AV1 this year. So I would say ATSC 3.0 in the US was starting to use mostly HEVC or use HEVC only for terrestrial. That was a big takeoff in 2018. After that, we were a bit waiting for others to move forward for live. And 2 years ago, there was a big demand for HEVC as well. Now I'm seeing also a big demand for AV1 because the ecosystem is there, and we are seeing that the big streamers at least are looking into putting AV1 massively in production, even for live.
So a lot of people use open source solutions to produce their both live and VOD. What's the value proposition for using encoders from a company like Ateme?
Mostly the support that we are providing to the end user, because we are integrating into product, and our product is integrating into solutions. So the support that we can give to our customer is much more important with that regard. And we own our codec, so they like the fact that we are fully owning our codec. So we own MPEG-2, we own our H.264. We can do a lot of improvement on our codec. So HEVC, AV1, all are based on our own implementation. So that's our value proposal, and they like our VQ. Most of the time, they like the VQ that we can propose to them.
Okay, so at NAB, I guess I saw the Apple solution, the VR solution. How is that coming?
So it was a demand from a customer, so a big streamer that was asking us if we could do MV-HEVC, so Multiview HEVC. So in 2018, I was discussing with Sinclair. Sinclair was asking for scalable HEVC, and we told this streamer that we could do it very easily because we already have the base code for that, and we can extend it to Multiview. So that's something that we were able to do very fast. We didn't know in the end what was the end goal of this particular customer, and we know later on that it was for the Vision Pro, and we were working for that. And we were using the eyes of this particular customer to look at our content, so it was a bit hard for us because we didn't have access to the Vision Pro. But in the end, we were successful all together to make it happen. And the very first day of the launch of the Vision Pro, the application was on the Vision Pro, and we were capable of seeing all the output of the outcome of what we were doing there, and that was quite impressive for me.
Yeah, I saw it at the show. It was an impressive demonstration. So we talked about NAB. What brings you to Mile High? What's special about Mile High for Ateme?
So Mile High, they are very, very similar company than us. So it's very focused on video, very focused on delivery, very focused on high quality delivery and services, low latency. So that's really the topics that Ateme is also keen to work on. So there are many, many companies that we can discuss with. So the interaction, not only with the companies, partners, but also with customers. So that's where we see a big transition between academic papers, scientific papers. Industry is still there, so that's what I like in Mile High. So compared to a fully dedicated conference that is only working on a scientific paper, here we are seeing also the industry, which is what I'm looking for.
Okay, listen, thanks for taking the time, and it was good to catch up.
Thank you, Yann.